Welcome back to another ABE update, and we are moving through June, and this one is Tuesday the 22nd of June 2022, and I'll get to it. You see, and what we say here today is in complete reverence to your points of place. We would like to say about relation. And you see, this can be indirect or direct in nature. Direct is a back and forth. Indirect is in this, and is a very important place and space to be in right now. For you see, waters are turbulent in your outer existence, and it may not feel as so in your space, but many a point over the planet is in direct relation to these inevitable points of relation to a situation. What is to be said is the points that are not in direct relation will be and have a place to put out an indirect relation, if you will. This is and will grow, for this will indeed help calm the waters, so to speak. You see, your points are but important now, and not being in direct relation to choppy waters, you can indeed set a new point of relation here. But understand this, you can and will learn to work and still be able to be direct or indirect to points that you are not in relation to. The time now is to allow others. It is important to know what in this you can indeed do. Home is a place of yourself. Gather your parts and then step relate. In this you will be carving out new pathways, internal and then to be external. It is indeed important now to still your own inner waters first, is it not? So that's the nudge that we received, and probably now that we're becoming more familiar with the vocabulary of A, we kind of, more kind of familiar. So A refers to us kind of manifestation being physically here as points of place, because the physical body puts our kind of non-material self or our soul in a place. We are points of place. So again, like before, they say what we say is in reverence to your points of place, i.e. in reverence to your existence. They want to talk about relation, how we relate to the external world, because they said waters are turbulent in the outer existence, as we can clearly see. So the question Abe is bringing up is how we relate to these external turbulent events. They said we can relate, can be direct or indirect. Direct is back and forth, boom, 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 back and forth. We respond to an event. An event happens, we respond to it. Or indirect. Indirect is, they said, indirect is a very important place and space to be in right now. And not everyone may feel it in their space. We may be in a more beneficial space, but many a point, i.e. many a human being manifestation, is in a direct relation to these inevitable points to a situation. So many people across the planet have a direct relationship to these exterior turbulent events. But it's better to be in direct relation, says Abe. It said that the points that have an indirect relation, and this will indeed grow, so there'll be more people having this relationship, this will indeed help to calm the waters. So it'll be better for people and for others if more people can have an indirect relationship to the world events, i.e. not a linear reaction, not a kind of direct entanglement. And he said, your points are important now, and not being in direct relation to choppy waters can set a new point of relation. So it's really important where we place ourselves. And if we don't place ourselves in direct relation, but indirect, that can set a new kind of point, a place. Like you set a marker, and that marker will help others. The time now is to allow others. It's important to know what we can do. And my sense from that is ABE saying the more people who can be in indirect relation, that is, we're not reacting linearly, directly to events, but we're kind of shifting out of that, so we're not entangled with the world, the more we can create this energetic space, the more that it helps others. We kind of like pass it on to others. We have this maybe vibrational resonance whereby other people around us will feel calm by our point of place, will feel calm because we are calm. And so the more people who can be in direct relationship to the events around them will help to calm the energetic waters of humanity. It says, home is a place of yourself. We have to find the home in ourselves. Gather your parts. Gather your parts could mean, bring in some of your energetic entanglements. Don't be attached to so much stuff outside. Start to gather some in. Create a stability in your home self. Step relate, kind of like, don't go rushing out there, but make a small step, relate to it. Another small step, relate to it. Keep things quite stable and quite close to your home. Again, when you carve out new pathways internally, you then carve out pathways externally. What you do here will influence your relationships externally. And the final line, which I think is significant, it is indeed important now to still your own inner waters first, is it not? So the focus is on being calm internally in our own waters, because that is going to influence all the world, our direct experience of the world and those people who are with us. So the responsibility is on to us to have a calm inner being, an inner state, and that will help all our relations to the world around us and to those people around us, that we may help them. Maybe not knowingly, maybe not consciously, but when you're in a balanced, indirect relationship to the world, that rubs off on those closest to us. And by allowing ourselves, we allow others also. That's Abe's message. So that's, again, a lot of information in a short message, as is Abe's way. And that was the reading from the 22nd of June 2022. Until next time.